Is it going to be a good duck season this year? Will there be any juvies this year? Well, that's two really common questions I've seen a lot over the last couple of months, and we're going to talk about it today. I'm Joel Strickland, and this is Surviving Duck Season. Hey everybody, thanks for watching Surviving Duck Season, where we feed your waterfowl obsession and help you to maximize your hunting experience. Now today, I'm going to be rigging up my new flocked mallards from Lifetime Decoys that I just got in a few days ago. I also got some of the pintails and black ducks too. Getting prepared for some upcoming hunts that are going to be going on in the next few weeks. So super excited about that. These things look really good. Now, I like to use the 30-inch Texas rigs on mine because I hunt really shallow water. All right, is it going to be a good duck season this year? I don't know. I know you saw a crystal ball in the thumbnail. Sorry. Before we talk about the upcoming season, I wanted to remind you that we only have a few more days of free shipping for Surviving Duck Season merch. We've already sold out of a couple of sizes in these pullovers right here, so if you'd like to get one of them or any of our hoodies or t-shirts, go to survivingduckseason.com. Buying our merch helps us to make more content, so thank you. Okay, I normally don't like to make predictions about duck season, weather, and all that, but as duck and goose hunters, we're always wondering, we're always trying to look at what's going on with habitat and weather and trying to determine what we think might happen for the season. Everybody's talking about it. So today we're going to play out some what ifs because it's really been a very interesting year. Then at the end of the season, we're going to revisit all of this and talk about what really happened. So what's the 21-22 duck season hold? That's the question. Is it going to be a good season where you are? What's the migration going to be? So first of all, let's talk about what moves ducks. Some ducks migrate south early. Species like blue-winged teal, pintails, even speckled-belly geese arrive in their wintering areas in October. But many ducks and geese migrate because of limited or no access to food or roost water. Basically, the roost water freezes, food gets covered up by snow. And then as that hard snow line moves out of Canada south, the holdout ducks that like to stick close to that line, that's when they follow it and move south. We find the bulk of the mallard migration falling into this category of sticking close to that freeze line. So, weather is the big motivator. Hunting pressure is also another lesser reason that birds migrate. Now, normally, hunters' effect on the waterfowl migration is because there may not be enough adequate habitat in the area, and so hunters get in there, shoot at them, and then they don't have anywhere to go, so then they check out of the area. This year, we face a very unique situation. Poor nesting conditions in the duck factory of the northern U.S. and southern Canada because of drought caused breeding ducks to search elsewhere for a place to nest and raise their young. It's undetermined what the impact is going to be to the fall flight. The speculation is that ducks flew north to the boreal forest in search of nesting. We really don't know if that happened or not. So the big question is, how many juvenile birds will we see this year? It's been a big concern. Then the next question is, as the birds move south, what sort of habitat will they find? We already know that there are less than normal amounts of wetlands in prairie Canada and the northern plains of the United States. It could be high success rates for hunters finding suitable habitat because the birds may be very concentrated. It also could mean that the birds may move further south in search of more suitable habitat. Will some just fly over? Right now, the seasons have been open for a few weeks in some areas, but it still may be too soon to know how the birds are going to respond to the conditions. Now let's look a little bit further south. Nebraska, Iowa, Kansas all had a hot, dry summer. While many farmers did okay because of irrigation, not all did well. Then there's the vital natural wetlands that were so dry in many areas that very little habitat grew. Now, if these areas get some normal rainfall, it can help, but the conditions are not going to be optimum. Now, I've been on the phone this past week with many friends who've been hunting already. Hunting has been good in Canada, And the guys I spoke with in the US say that it's been pretty decent, but they're mostly shooting local birds. I've talked to guys in Alberta. One says he's shot very few juvenile ducks. Another guy says that they've shot quite a few. Talked to a guy in Saskatchewan, said that they shot lots of juvie mallards. I talked to the guys in Idaho. They've shot lots of juvies. I've also learned that in Montana and Idaho, even as recently as October 12th, that they've been shooting blue-winged teal. That's pretty unusual. I could go on, but it's still very early. Now, if you've hunted this year in October, let me know in the comments what state or province you've hunted in and how it's been. And are you shooting any juvenile ducks? I'd love to know what's going on out there. Now, here in Arkansas, we've still got a long time before season opens, but we've already got thousands and thousands of speckled bellies, which is not unusual. They normally arrive here in mass between the 10th and 20th of October. Everyone likes to speculate and what if. I don't have a crystal ball, but I do wonder what's going to happen this year. So here's what I'm wondering. Will the dry conditions cause the birds to be more concentrated as they move through the middle of the country? Will that make them more susceptible to hunting pressure and just move out? Will they have less roost in the northern half of the flyways and move south earlier regardless of the weather? Will we actually have a good winter with plenty of snow from Canada all the way down to I-40? I'd love that. It would make everything else irrelevant, at least for me. Or will things be more like they've been over the past few years? What do I think's going to happen? Well, I can look at Farmer's Almanac, National Weather Service, and a whole host of other sources that predict weather. They don't see eye to eye on predictions this year. In fact, if you look at them, they're all over the place. I'm not even going to stick my neck out and pick one and say that's what's going to happen. But I do think that the traditional good hunting areas will be good this year if they have water. I think that the southern third of the Mississippi Flyway and the Central Flyway is going to be better than it's been in the last few years. Maybe it's a gut feeling, maybe it's wishful thinking, but I believe it will be for a combination of reasons, weather and then all the stuff we've been talking about. Let's let the conversation continue in the comments. I'd love to know what you think. What's it going to be like in your area? And we'll have a mid-season update before Christmas. And then we'll discuss all of this again post-season. Should be interesting. All right, I'm going to finish rigging up my decoys. And if you miss seeing either one of these two videos, make sure you check them out. I'm Joel Strickland. God bless, and I'll see you on the next video.